So, today, we got the MCI.
Nuova Simonelli.
Yes, MCI grinder, and we're going to show you how to take it apart to clean it.
MCI!
Okay, right? It's got a gate valve here, so if you had beans in there, which we don't, close the valve, pull off the bean hopper.
And this is a great opportunity to wash it with soap and water.
Yes, and you can wash this with soap and water, and it'll make it nice and clean again.
Clean all the oils off, okay?
Because you can see it's, it gets gnarly.
Yeah.
Not real bad.
So that's your first step, clean that guy.
Then a Phillips head screwdriver, number 2 bit.
Okay.
Not, just a Phillips that's not too big, not too small. Take these 2 screws out. 3 screws, I'm sorry, there's another one back here. It's as simple as this, folks.
You just make it look easy, Gail.
Well, I'll make it complicated so it looks like it's a real, something you want to bring into your technician.
Nope.
Gotta make sure they're all disengaged. Otherwise, no go. There we go. Okay. So, these, I'm going to tip this over like this to grab those screws. There's the top burr. The nice thing on the Nuova Simonelli grinders is the bottom burr is the one that stays in there is the one that goes up and down.
Oh.
So when you put this back together, it's still calibrated.
For the same, where you left it at.
Because you're not moving that bottom one. Unless you turn the dial.
Yeah, but if you don't, then, okay.
You can see what it's like in here. First thing I do, vacuum that mess out. And I just happen to have a shop back here in the kitchen.
Yay!
I get out what I can, and then what I would do typically would be take this brush, doesn't matter what it is, I just happen to have this brush. Look at a bean stuck in there. We're going to get that bean out of there. Get out of there.
He's hiding.
Yes,
he's trying to get away from you.
These are the little paddles that after the ground coffee passes between the burrs, the coffee goes down in here and it pushes it around to the chute.
Oh, okay.
And when it gets there, it goes down the chute. So, we just want to get all this dislodged. You can use a wire brush, and the other thing that we like to use, and I don't have it here, is an air compressor. Take it outside and blow it all over the place.
Or canned air if you don't have an air compressor.
Yes, you can use canned air like they use for compressor or computer stores.
Dusting, yeah.
And you want to inspect your burrs too while you got it apart here, and you want to run your hand against the grain. And if it feels sharp, you're probably okay. These are nice and sharp. The other thing you're going to look for is, I don't know if the camera's going to catch it, I see a couple little shiny spots on the cutting surface.
Okay.
That means, if you see a light reflection, that means that something has nicked it. It's got a little bit of a blemish there, a little bit of a nick in the burr.
And that would mean that at some point soon I should change them?
When they start to not work right, if you see a misconsistency, your grind is not consistent, not working like it used to, check them out. If they're all beat up, they're not sharp, or if they're all beat up, change them out.
And I just change them by removing those 3 screws on both sides?
3 screws.
Okay. Pretty easy.
Vacuum that out again. You can go up through the chute, too. And then once in a while, in between taking it apart, 6 months or so, depending on whether you're using an oily bean. If you're using a really oily bean, every couple of weeks, run Grinds, Grindz, through it. And it's a product that's a wheat base. It can't hurt you unless you're allergic to wheat.
Yeah.
And you run it through and it cleans all the oils and junk off of the burrs. It's fabulous stuff.
So that's something you'd want to do on a semi-regular basis and then do this every few months, you think?
Probably every 6 months or so. Well, if you got really oily beans, maybe every few months.
Okay.
If you're not working with a really oily bean and it's kind of a medium roast, probably every 6 months. And then the grinds, I'd put it through every 6 weeks to 2 months.
Now, this guy, the MCI, is a doserless. It doesn't have a doser hopper chamber on it. There's, I think, the MCF that does. So you would just, in addition to doing this
Clean
you
it
would
out.
clean that out, that front chamber with like a vacuum and brush too, Gail?
Yep, absolutely. That's exactly what I would do. And then what you, it's on, let's see, right down in here, and I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. See the hole here?
Yeah.
That's where the ground coffee goes down into the actual
The
chute.
chute.
And poke something down in there if you can. And some, yeah, see?
Yeah, there we
Get a
go.
load out of there. And that's, take the vacuum again.
Cool.
Since you dislodged it, you know. Oh yeah, it looks nice up in there now.
Could you take your brush up there too? I guess so, yeah. Clean out
Whatever will
the
go in
little
there.
chute.
Yep. There isn't much up there now
Yeah.
because yeah, it's looking good.
All right, cool.
Then-
And now to get it back together again.
Same old story, just go in reverse. Make sure on this machine that you, now see, 1, 1, 1, 1, and then the third one's back here. So that's how you know it goes back together. And on this one, these two lips engage underneath the casing.
Okay.
So hook it under the casing like that. Put it down. Put the screws back in. Real simple. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. You ever have to do that?
Now, you don't necessarily have to change your grind, but if your burrs were super gunky, then it might be that you need to redo your grind because, you know, you could bring them burrs closer together or further
Yep.
apart.
Yep. So test it when you get done. Although this is kind of nice because you don't have to start from ground zero.
Yeah. You might just tweak it a titch.
Yep.
A titch, Gail.
Titch.
All right.
And then on here, there is a corresponding niche here that corresponds with this right here.
Got it.
And there's a screw too. We don't have it in here, but there's a tightening screw that goes in there, a set screw. So if this will not come out, loosen that set screw.
Okay.
We just don't have it in there because we find that we'd rather not have it.
Cool.
And that's how you clean the MCI. Simple as that.
Thank you very much, Gail.
You're welcome.